Hello, everyone. Welcome to Orchestrated Rams with Ian. And we'll be breaking down today the most impactful plays of the game from Rams Lions Week 1 Sunday Night Football. What a great game it was. The NFL slate is always fantastic, it seems, on that first weekend of football back in September. And there's a lot to break down here. Big plays, missed opportunities, and this game ended up not being the shootout that many people, including myself, thought it could possibly be. But a lot of great defensive battles were displayed on the field there. So let's get into it.
Here on this first impactful play of the game, second quarter, 6 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first half. The game is tied 3-3 at this point. Both defenses have been making plays, making critical stops, and the Rams are pushing to try and score a touchdown here. They're saying, forget the field goal. We need to score touchdowns to win the game. So instead of kicking, they're going for it here. And they decide to pass the ball. And what do they decide to do? Well, we'll start at the top. Tyler Johnson, in for the injured Nakua, is running an in route. Parkinson, the tight end, is running a corner. Williams, the running back, is chipping, meaning he's going to help block the edge defender and help the tackle out for a quick second, and then he's going to release and do a swing route. Inside slot receiver in this play, Demarcus Robinson is running a short drag. Cooper Kupp is going to have a quick little motion to help him and quarterback Matthew Stafford see if the defense is playing man coverage or zone. If that corner follows him wherever Cooper Kupp goes, then it is likely man coverage everywhere. If he kind of stays put to where he is, then it is likely zone coverage. So Cooper Kupp has a quick little motion to the outside, and then once he gets further out, he runs a comeback route or a stop route, however you want to call it. Now, what is that Lions defense running on this play? Well, they are ironically in man-to-man coverage, but they're in cover one man. And what does that one stand for? Well, it means that there's one defender responsible to cover the deep area of the field, which is this safety up top there. He is playing deep zone. You have man on Kupp there, man here, linebacker man on the running back, man on the tight end there, and then man on this other receiver up top. With the Mike linebacker, the inside linebacker, playing zone for everything underneath. And if we let this play go here, you'll see that Matthew Stafford had a nice little pass. It was a tough throw based on the coverage being pretty sticky, but Cooper Kupp just could not hang on to the pass. Absolutely brutal drop there by Cooper Kupp. The Rams would have definitely converted. Kupp would have probably gotten some extra yardage there, and absolutely a killer there to not convert on 4th and 4 when you could have kicked a field goal and got 3 points, but instead you get nothing being that close to the end zone. And Cooper Kupp makes that play probably 9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10 times, I'm sure him and Stafford would say. And Cooper Kupp, based on his body language after dropping it, knows that that was a critical drop there. And that is the first impactful play of the game. A Cooper Kupp drop on a 4th and 4 situation against man coverage. So, here is the second most impactful play of the game in my eyes. Second quarter, 21 seconds left before halftime, and the Rams are in the red zone, 2nd and goal, trying to punch it in and tie this game before half and feel good about themselves with multiple injuries to important players on the O-line, and Nakua, a Pro Bowl, all-pro level receiver who's still out at this moment in the game. So what do the Rams decide to do? They decide to pass in this situation. What they do is they have Cooper Kupp yet again do another motion to help the Rams offense see if it's man coverage if the corner follows Kupp, or if it's zone coverage if the corner stays in his area and does not follow Cooper Kupp. So once Kupp gets to his area, he runs a corner route. Johnson runs an in route, or a dig route, some people like to call it. Parkinson runs a drag or a crossing route, if you like to call it that. Williams does a quick check to see if anybody's rushing immediately, and then he'll release into the flats of the left field there. And then you have Demarcus Robinson running what I like to call a whip route. That is the terminology I'm used to, where he's going to whip on the outside and then whip back in to the inside. Kind of looks like a slant. So, what is the Lions defense doing on that play? Well, they are in man-to-man coverage, where it's man here, linebacker man with the running back, other linebacker man with the tight end, man here, and then this defensive back will follow Cooper Kupp across the field. And this man is cover 2 man to man. And the 2 stands for 2 people responsible deep, which will be this safety here and this safety here. So if we let the play go, a couple big things happen here. Matthew Stafford gets enormous pressure immediately, where he's got to throw the football, and he throws an interception. Man, oh man. Incredibly bad timing for that to happen. But if we replay it real fast here, you see that Stafford has no choice to get rid of the football right when pressure's in his face. As you can see right here, he's either going to get hit or sacked if he holds onto it any longer. People are coming at him immediately, and he makes a decision, hey, I'm going to throw that in route to Johnson. But the problem is he does not see the safety defending that area right there. My theory is that the safety, because the Lions are wearing all blue uniforms, he blends in with the end zone that happens to be all blue, and then also this background wall coverage that is in Lions blue as well. That's the only reason why I think Stafford would throw that so wildly. And you can tell even after on the replay, if you watch any of the game replay, YouTube, whatever subscriptions you have, you see Stafford being like, oh my gosh, I did not see him. And what happens? Easy interception for the defensive back there, the Lions. Critical interception. The Rams get no points, and walking away into halftime feeling like, man, we should have got something on that drive. At least an incompletion. Then we could kick a field goal if we don't convert on 3rd down and we want to do it on 4th. Or let's just go for it on 4th. But to turn it over there, what an incredibly impactful play. And man, oh man, Lions defense makes another big play to stop the Rams from scoring anything close to the end zone there. Here we are, 3rd most impactful play of the game in my eyes. 3rd quarter, 5 minutes, 39 seconds left. Lions lead 17-3, and the Rams are yet again in another 4th down situation where they're going for it to keep the drive alive because they know they have to score a touchdown to keep their chances of winning at all alive. So they decide to pass on this play. Cooper Kupp on the outside running a short in route or a crossing route. Robinson, the slot receiver, running a deeper in route or dig route, people like to call it. You have Williams, the running back, doing a quick check for an immediate block if needed, then releasing into the left flats. You have Colby Parkinson being the motion man before the ball is hiked to help signify to Stafford and the Rams offense if the Lions are in man-to-man coverage if they follow him, or zone coverage if everyone stays put for the most part. So he's going to motion across the field, and once he gets to his spot, he's going to run a post route, meaning he's going to run to the post, the goal post of the end zone. And then you have wide receiver Tyler Johnson on the outside by himself running a streak or go route right up the field. Now, what are the Lions doing on this play? So at the moment right here, it looks like they're at least going to have 2 people covering deep. But with that motion that Parkinson does, it helps expose that the Lions are going to be in man-to-man. So you can see there, the safety was following Parkinson, and the other safety is rotating to be in the middle of the field. So this ends up being cover 1 man-to-man coverage. 1 meaning that there's 1 person responsible. So when the safety gets over, he's going to be responsible deep. You're going to have man there, man here, man there, linebacker man on Williams, the running back, man on the outside. And then, like usual, in the cover one man, there's some lower field zone coverage players, and that ends up being the linebacker. So we're going to let this go here, and what ends up happening? So safety follows, and then they get mixed up. As you can see here, all of the defenders are kind of eyeing everyone here with things getting bunched up, and then you can see Robinson gonna be wide open for an easy throw for Stafford to convert the 4th and 3 and keep the drive alive. Critical, impactful play, and the Rams do end up scoring again on this drive where they're only down by 7 going into the half. Incredibly important that they converted it. The Lions defense just screws up in man-to-man. And again, I'll replay it for you guys. As you can see, they just get lost in who's got who once Parkinson goes over, and he just gets wide open. DeMarcus Robinson there. And great play design to show that it is man, and the Lions just did not execute on that play there. Here we are, the 4th most impactful play of the game in my eyes. 4th quarter here, 13 minutes, 29 seconds left. 2nd and goal. Rams are set up after a pass interference call on the Lions defense. They are down 10-17, trying to punch it in and tie the game in the early parts of the 4th quarter. And the Rams want to do a jet sweep handoff run play to rookie wide receiver Jordan Whittington, who has shown in camp and when he's gotten first-team reps that he can run pretty fast and is really elusive and tough once he gets the ball in his hands. So they're going to have a quick jet motion, meaning jet, run as fast as you can, take the handoff, and then run to the outside or anywhere where you can see a crease. That is the main play there. And with the offensive line in front, man blocking to whoever's in front of them. Because it is a goal line situation and you were just trying your best to not cause defensive linemen to penetrate and trip up Whittington or get in the backfield or hit Stafford. And then you have the tight end here blocking the most outside man to make sure that person does not crash up forward and tackles Whittington right when he gets the handoff. And this is where things get a little tricky on the offensive line. A.J.R. Curry circled here is the 3rd string left tackle, elevated from the practice squad, having to fill in after the 2nd string Noteboom was injured earlier in the game, with 1st stringer Alaric Jackson being suspended for this game and the next. Typically, in these jet sweep run plays to a receiver or a running back, you can either reach block, meaning reach, you're going to try to reach around the outside shoulder of a defender and block him to cut him off, or you can just leave him alone and leave him unblocked and hope that the person receiving the jet sweep run is going to outrun that defender. So if we let this play here, you see the jet motion from Whittington. He takes the handoff, and I think what the plan was here was to leave Hutchinson unblocked, and the hope was that Whittington was going to be able to outrun him and not get tackled. But what ends up happening here is that the 3rd string left tackle, Curry, gets an absolutely brutal face mask call on Hutchinson there. Absolutely brutal. It wasn't necessary to reach the hand out there and get a hand on Hutchinson. Again, I think the plan was to not touch Hutchinson, leave him unblocked because Whittington was probably going to outrun him. But instead, as you can see there in the circled, oh man, face mask, brutal penalty there to not get the touchdown, to not get a tie game at this point. And the Rams end up having to kick a field goal as they get backed up significantly on that. Incredibly impactful. It was probably an unnecessary, reach out by the 3rd string left tackle there. Whittington more than likely outruns Hutchinson and gets in. So I think, again, the goal was to leave Hutchinson unblocked, not reach block him, and unfortunately, Curry sticks the hands out and grabs the face mask Penalty, Rams don't get any touchdowns. They have to settle for 3 and are still down in this ball game. Fifth most impactful play of the game in my eyes. Fourth quarter here, 9 minutes, 15 seconds left. Lions have had a nice drive, and they're in the 2nd and 8 situation trying to add to their lead 17-13. And the offense for the Lions, we'll start with the top here. They're running a passing play. Williams is going to run a streak go route. Laporte is going to run a quick little out and stop. Gibbs, the running back, is going to have a little motion to see if it's man or zone, and then he's going to run to the flats. St. Brown is going to be running an in route, dig route, and then you have this outside man here doing a little stop, comeback route. Everyone else pass blocking. Now, the Rams defense, I believe, is running combo coverage. And combo coverage meaning one side is running one type of pass coverage, the other side is running a different pass coverage, combo coverage. So at the top here, I believe we have man, linebacker man on the tight end. And then the other side, I think, is running cover 6. Now, cover 6 typically is when you have 3 defenders deep, 1 defender is guarding one half of the field, right? And then you have 2 other defenders who are guarding the other half. Cover 6 meaning cover 4 plus cover 2 equals the 6. That's where that name comes from. But because it is man there, I think these 2 safeties up top are splitting one half of the field. So he's got that quarter of a half, and then Johnson has that quarter of a half. And then with everyone else running zone underneath. So I think they're running combo coverage there. One side is man, the other side is half cover 6. So if we let this play go here, as you can see, Lions snap the ball, get the little motion, and then, as you can see, man up top there, man up top there, and then you also have everyone doing the combo coverage. But what ends up happening here, I believe, is that if you can see, Jared Goff goes the pump fake. Like he's going to throw it to the tight end there running the stop. And you can see as he's lifting his arm here. We did a quick little pump fake. You see Lake, the slot corner, and Reeder, the linebacker, jumping forward. It's like, oh, he's going to throw that short area route there. But that doesn't end up happening. Goff throws the fake. And John Johnson does a fantastic job here of recognizing what's happening and jumping to break up the pass that St. Brown is running on that in route. So as you can see here, Goff pump fake, but now he's going to try to throw it to St. Brown. You have the other 2 defenders that jumped on the pump fake to the tight end, and Goff thinks he's going to have a completion to St. Brown, who was pretty held under wraps most of this game. Hasn't had a lot of catches, but John Johnson in his zone right there recognizes it and says, man, I'm going to jump in front of that and intercept the pass. Fantastic job by him, reading and recognizing what was happening, and then boom, gets in front of St. Brown and gets the interception. Absolutely fantastic job by the veteran John Johnson to see that. So we'll let this play out again. You can see pump fake. St. Brown says, oh, I'm going to be open. Goff thinks open. And then John Johnson just jumps in front of that. Awesome job of looking at what the quarterback is doing, staying disciplined to his area, and then immediately recognizing that St. Brown is coming into his zone and makes a fantastic play to jump in front of that. Incredibly impactful, gets a turnover, keeps the Rams alive. Lions get no points in that. And man, oh man, without that, Lions probably had to lead and never look back. Incredibly impactful there by the Rams defense. Here we are, the 6th most impactful play of the game in my eyes. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes, 22 seconds left. Rams, after the turnover that John Johnson got an interception, they went down and scored. So Rams are up 20-17, and the Lions are trying to tie it or increase the lead. And they're slowly driving. But here they are in a 3rd and 5 situation, and the Lions decide to pass the ball. So what do they end up doing here? They have Williams at the top running a streak. You have the slot receiver here running inside bow route or whip route, some people like to call it, where he's going to stop inside and then veer to the outside. You have the tight end here is going to motion across, and then once he gets to his spot, he trips, but he ends up looking like he was going to be running a post. You have Montgomery, the running back, running a swing, check down swing, and then you have St. Brown also running a streak go route as well. So the Rams defense, I think, yet again runs combo coverage. At the bottom, it's man-to-man there, man with the running back here. They don't follow Laporte on the motion, so it's zone on the other side. And I think it is yet again cover 6. So it's zone here, zone there. I think Durant zone there. And then you have these two safeties covering 1/4 of that half, and then Johnson doing the 1/4 of the other half. Cover 1 on one side, cover 6 on the other. Combo coverage. So if we let this play out here, you can see Laporta gets that motion. No one follows him, but it's man on the bottom, zone everywhere else. And I think John Johnson is playing pretty deep just to help out in case Jameson Williams takes off, because he had burned the Rams defense on a long touchdown pass on a go route earlier, and he is incredibly fast. But if we keep letting this thing go here, you see Goff gets a little greedy, I believe. So we let this kind of slow-mo play. He wants to throw the go route and fit it in the sideline here to the top receiver, Jameson Williams. You can see Goff is loading up. He wants to hit Williams probably somewhere right there. And instead, if he was just a little more patient, the slot receiver for the Lions was going to be pretty open running his bow route where he stops inside and then runs back out. I think if Goff was just a little more patient, he probably converts that 3rd down throw and the Lions keep on moving. But he chooses to try to fit it into Williams and Durant, who in that cover 6 would have more of an underneath zone where he's currently at. He does a good job of recognizing that Goff is loading up to throw it to Williams. And instead of staying in his zone that I think would be there for that cover 6, he says, oh man, I better keep following Williams and make a play on this ball. And he does exactly that. Fantastic job bailing. And he should have had an interception, but can't hang on to it. But what a miraculous athletic jump he had there to break it up, because I know John Johnson, the safety, was coming in. Williams probably catches that and the drive keeps going, but great recognition again by the 3rd-year corner Durant for seeing that Goff was loading up, bailing backwards to follow Williams and hopefully make a play, and he does, and almost has the interception there. But nonetheless, he makes a critical play to cause a 4th down and make the Lions punt again. Absolutely super impactful. Rams would get the ball back and have a chance to ice the game. Great job there by young Durant to recognize, cause the play to be punted after that. But again, I still believe if Goff was more patient, he would have had, right here as you can see, he would have had that slot receiver running the bow route pretty dang open, I believe, to at least get the catch. Maybe he gets tackled immediately, but he would be ahead of the sticks and the drive would have continued. Regardless, good play by the Rams defense. They made Goff pay for being aggressive, and they get the ball back. Incredibly impactful. And here it is, the final impactful play of the game in my eyes. 4th quarter, 2 minutes, 26 seconds left. 3rd and 10 situation. The Rams are trying to get a 1st down to ice the game. They're up by a field goal. If they do get it, the Lions probably don't get the ball back. And if they end up getting that ball back, I mean, they're going to have less than 30 seconds to do anything and try to tie the game. Very unlikely. So I picked this camera angle to show Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver, and the offensive line and what happens here. So Cooper is running a deep crossing route, which has been pretty effective in this game against man coverage. And, well, you guessed it, the Lions are yet again in man coverage. And it's man everywhere else with people covering deep in this cover 2 man look that the Lions like to run a ton. So, man there. Linemen are all pass blocking, and let's let it play here and you can see what happens. So, we let it go, and Kupp gets a little motion to see if it's man. The rookie, number 0, Arnold, follows Kupp, stays with them. Ball is hiked, and the problem here is, man, oh man, the pressure is just starting to get there immediately. We let it go. As you can see, pressure, pressure, pressure. Stafford knows he has to get rid of it. He doesn't have a good base for his lower body to set up and throw this ball, but he's made incredibly crazy throws this entire game here. But he knows, man, oh man, I definitely got to throw this ball early or I'm going to get hit from multiple people and we're going to have no chance at all. But he believes in his receiver, Cooper Kupp, the best receiver on the team that's currently healthy and someone who had been balling out, had multiple big-time plays, and he says, I'm going to throw it. I've made this throw earlier in the game, but if you let it go here, you see, he can't hit Kupp. Oh, just a little too high there, and Matthew Stafford after this play had his hands above his helmet, holding his helmet and realizing, man, oh man, I missed it. That probably could have ended the game. So we'll let it replay here. You see, get the little motion. Kupp is getting pretty open. Oh man, it's not wide open, but that's as open as you can possibly hope for in the NFL on most plays. And Stafford knows that he missed it, as you can see after, if you watch any replays, that he knew that he should have hit Kupp. It wasn't gonna be an incredibly tough throw, but Stafford had made those incredible plays many a times in this game already. But what led to the rush throw, the unplatformed throw by Stafford, it was the pressure by the defense on multiple backups, a third stringer there. I mean, tough to ask for backups, practice squad guys to consistently hold up and not allow pressure. But in this critical down, they couldn't hold up good enough. Stafford had to get rid of it earlier than what he wanted to, and the pass went incomplete with Kupp open there, and the Rams never got the ball back there, and that was it. Lions kicked the field goal to tie it. They got the ball first in overtime, and that was a wrap. Most impactful play of the game, I believe, right here. The incomplete to Cooper Kupp there.